Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel here, and today we are actually driving to a shop called Westcott Designs to go ahead and get the truck lifted, and fingers crossed, hopefully be able to fit these 37-inch tires on the truck without too much rubbing. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But first, I did want to show you guys some of the mods that I've made on the truck so far, just like little things, getting the truck dialed into my preference. Had the truck for about 2 weeks now, and I'm really loving it. But let me show you a couple of the things that we've done to it already. So first thing here, we did go ahead and tint the windows. So we went with 5% on the sides and the back, and then 55% in the front there, and it's dialed in there. Definitely a must-needed mod here in Arizona. The second thing, we went ahead and added the WeatherTech floor liners here in the back, and then also here in the front. That's definitely a must-needed mod. The factory floor mats are super ugly, and I think these look a lot better, and they perform better too. They're easy to clean. Obviously, we all know about those kinds of floor mats. The next thing that we went ahead and did, I did this last night, is the radar detector blend mount with the hardwire kit. It was actually pretty easy to go ahead and install. You just pop this guy off, and there's like a little center tab there you got to take off as well. But you can mirror tap right into the power and the ground there, and then be able to run the blend mount. I'll leave the links to all that stuff down below in the description of this video. Other than that, the last thing that we've done is gone ahead and put on a tonneau cover back here in the bed. So this is a Retrax MX, and it's pretty nice. It's got a lock here, but essentially this just opens up and that slides all the way forward, and you can lock it into a couple of different positions wherever you need. You could just lock it in there so it stays. So if you have stuff in the back here, you can still be able to cover it up, but it rolls nice. Like I said, you can go ahead and lock it just like this. Boom. So now everything is secured, and once the truck is locked, you won't be able to open the tailgate either. And I like that it keeps everything kind of weatherproof. No water. It rained pretty bad the other night, and no water got into the bed, which is cool, but I like how low profile it is. So those are the couple mods I've done to the truck this last week. But let's go ahead and get back onto the road and head down to Westcott Designs to go ahead and lift this truck.
Not a bad day, dude.
Yeah.
Me and Brando are both here getting our trucks dialed in.
Yeah.
Got his leveled up on the new wheels and tires.
Yeah.
Mine already had the lip done to it, but it was by Westcott Designs. They manufacture it here. I had it done somewhere else, but they threw the wheels and tires on for me, and now they're doing a very thorough job doing alignment, which is awesome. So it rides nice.
Definitely.
But yeah, dude, it's looking good. Both these trucks look good.
Yep.
Both these trucks look so
All right, well,
so
let's get
good.
them outside, man.
I say
Get
that's
them
the
outside.
move. I say that's the move.
Yeah.
You're making mine look like a little squirt, but that's okay. That's okay. I thought mine was big, but yeah, there's always bigger apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll take them outside though.
Yeah. All right, guys, so it's a couple days later. I wanted to kind of drive the truck and get a feel for how it feels, so that way I could properly relay that to you guys. But before I show you the truck in its final form, we are at the shop right now, and I just wanted to take a second to walk you through the shop and talk a little bit about the updates. So let's do that real quick before we reveal the truck. All right, so we've been making quite a bit of progress here in the shop. So the couple notable things right off the bat, we have all the lighting in, it's on, it's powered up. I'll turn it on here in a second for you. We also have now the plumbing installed here. So we have our hose bibs for each one of the pressure washers, and I'll show you that in a second. But essentially, we're gonna have a little wall mounted shelf here. Pressure washer will sit on top of that shelf. Underneath it, we'll have the hose reel. And then to the left, we're gonna have an inline filter. And the filters are right over here. I'll show you those real quick. But as far as electrical and plumbing goes, it is almost completely wrapped up. So we have these big water deionizer tanks that they're super heavy, but this is gonna bring our water down to 0 total dissolved solids. So that way we have 0 water spots. So it's something I'm super excited about. So each one will be there, and then there, pressure washer there, and then the wash bay here, and then here. So let me turn these lights on for you guys real quick because they look phenomenal. So it's still not wired up to a switch yet. We're just kind of pending some of our inspections, but here we go. Yeah, so these lights definitely help in here. It's super bright. Maybe it doesn't even show up as well on camera, but these LEDs are freaking awesome, man. So now let's go into the retail side of the shop here. These are all new too, those lights. That is where we're gonna have a lot of the clothing and like t-shirts and stuff like that just hung under each one of those lights. And then we've been hard at work trying to get these hex lights all mounted up. And we have it kind of strung from the ceiling right now. And we're probably gonna change how we do this just because this is so big and it's so flimsy that it's hard to really get it dialed in and leveled just using like the cables. You can kind of see them up there. But we are making progress. The next step for this in here is to go ahead and have the floors done. So they're gonna come in, grind these floors, make them look really nice and uniform, and then we're just gonna seal them again. Epoxy's a little bit more pricey than what we're willing to kind of go with. And the same thing in here for these floors too. So I think, so the shop is 6,700 square feet. So for this side, all the way up to the front door, and then this side here, it's about $12,000, $13,000 just to go ahead and refinish the concrete and then reseal it. We're also going to add an additive into the sealant that has a little bit of a texture to it, so that way people are not slipping in here when they're washing their vehicles. But we also did get some of these tables. So each, not only each wash bay, but each work bay over there will have its own little table. So that way you can come set your stuff on here. If you need to charge your phone, whatnot, you can be able to do so. It's kind of hard to see right there, but has plugs, and you'll be able to charge your phone too. That being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the lift on the truck. So here is the truck all dialed in. It came out way better than I thought it would be. And honestly, it was way bigger of a transformation than I had anticipated as well. Just thinking like this is just a 2.5-inch leveling kit in the front. We're not getting any height in the back there, but with the bigger wheel and package setup, it definitely raises the truck quite a bit. So again, we went with the Carli backcountry kit. So what that means is for the front, we went with bigger springs, bigger shocks, graded track bar, and then in the back, we just replaced the shocks. On the wheel and tire setup, we are running Nitto Ridge grapplers. These are 37's. The wheels themselves are Method 305s. I'm pretty happy with the poke. It's not super aggressive, but I think it's just enough to make it look a little bit aggressive and give it that nice HD stance. Very, very impressed with not only the lift, but the quality and the experience that I had over at Westcott Designs, where we took the truck to get it lifted. But yeah, it just looks really, really good. Over the last couple days too, so here's the thing, right? Now the truck was lifted, I had to go ahead and put the amp research running boards in because my wife can't get in the truck. So she was not gonna ride in it until I did this. So now we have the amp research running boards on the truck as well. Those came out really, really good. I mean, the install took about 5 hours to do just because I had never done anything like that before. But overall, very, very happy with the truck. There's no rubbing on the pinch weld in terms of the running boards. In terms of being able to fit 37s on the truck, we did have to do a little bit of a modification here, and I'll show some B-roll clips of them trimming that out now, but they just had to go ahead and come in here and remove some of that fender liner there, but we're not rubbing on the actual pinch welds here or anything like that, so we're fitting 37s just fine with just a leveling kit. So very, very, very happy with the way that the truck looks. It's a beast. I washed it yesterday, and this truck is not the most fun to wash just because it's so big, right? You need a ladder to be able to wash it. But overall, man, I am super happy with the way things came out. Let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think about the truck and how it looks now. We got a couple other things that I would like to do to it, but this is a daily driver, so we're not gonna go too crazy. We're not gonna tune it. We're not gonna delete it or anything like that for the time being. Now on to the ride quality of the truck itself. And one of the big reasons why I actually went with a Carli kit was because of all the reviews saying that it drastically changes the factory ride quality, softens things up, and makes it a little bit more manageable as a daily driver, and it definitely does that. So, and you can really notice things at a low speed in the front. It is definitely a lot more manageable. It's nice and soft. However, here in the back, you still retain a lot of the functionality since we didn't actually go in and change the springs themselves. It is still pretty stiff here in the back, and I wanted to retain some of that stiffness because if I tow, I don't want to deal with the truck squatting and things like that. So, but overall, the ride quality is definitely much better than it is coming from the factory. Now, one thing I do need to get dialed in, and what we'll probably do here on the channel here soon, is do a chalk test on these tires just to make sure that we can get the tire pressure all dialed in on those, and then we'll be good to go. That being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this week's video. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. We have a lot coming, whether it pertains to the truck. Of course, we have plenty more M2 content coming soon. I did some stuff recently to the car that I have to put a video out on, but we're gonna wanted to get this video out first. As it pertains to the shop, things that are going on in the shop, we're making a lot of progress, and we're shooting for an early December grand opening, so definitely stay tuned for that. I'd love to bring you guys along for the journey as well, and show all that content on the channel here on YouTube. So, like I said, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all that stuff. And of course, we'll catch you on the next one.